We talked about the growth mindset. We talked about routine. We've talked about the CEO mindset. And now we're going to talk about hiring. And I've mentioned this before, but if you really, truly want to be an entrepreneur and you want that time freedom rather than just having bought a really expensive other job, you need to be of the mindset of hiring. Now, some people have gone and hired a lot of people in this space, while others haven't hired anybody and they're stressed out. They're spread too thin and they're trying to be everything to everyone and they end up failing in a lot of the time. So let's talk about hiring. And to me, this is really, really, really important. And part of my background is I was working for one of the largest corporations in the United States and actually had the fastest growth in the United States for several years. They outpaced Amazon, Walmart, and Apple. And it was a health insurance company, but regardless, they went from a Fortune 458, several $100 million in revenue to Fortune 25, which is over $1 billion in revenue in the span of about 8 to 10 years. So crazy growth. But the way they did this is not because management really buckled down and did everything themselves. They created process to hire as fast as they could. And I saw crazy growth happen. And one of the things I got to be part of was all of that hiring and growing teams at a very fast pace. So the secret to this is you have to be replacing yourself. If you want to grow in the organization and get freedom, true freedom, you have to be replacing yourself. So my suggestion is I really think everybody should be hiring staff. And I say here on the screen, hire staff ASAP. I think there's some core things you should do is focus on the work you want to delegate, focus on the standard operating procedures that you want to have in place, and know the KPIs that you want to have in place. And once you have those things figured out, then it's probably the right time to hire staff. If it's just you and you haven't gotten your first deal yet, probably shouldn't hire staff. But if you can afford it, there's some very affordable ways to hire virtual assistants, even if it's part-time, that while you're working your day job, someone could be underwriting deals for you. And then when you get home at night, you've got 5 deals to review. Wouldn't that be awesome? Rather than you coming home, having to make dinner and get your kids fed and get all the homework done and then have time for yourself after everybody's gone to sleep to do underwriting. You just get home and when you sit down, you got 5 deals underwritten for you. That's a game changer. So that's why I say you should be hiring staff. So think about that. Okay, so next, start slow, then grow. I don't think you should go, hire 10 employees. Hire 1 and work with maybe 2. I know from experience that you're going to be going down the path and you're going to go a lot of different directions, and that's hard for people to follow you going a lot of different directions. So my advice is for hiring, you want to start slow, then grow. And I'm going to present this to you a little bit different just so you can see, really how staff can unlock things for you. But what will staff do once you start bringing them on, even if it's one person, increase productivity because they can start to handle things for you. You get diverse skills. And so you're going to hire people who can do things that you can't, right? You don't want to hire somebody exactly like you, even though I say always be replacing yourself. But when you hire people and they have different skill sets, then you have actual true synergy. You learn to scale your operations. How are you going to scale quickly? You got to have standard operating procedures. You got to have a strategic vision. And you got to have the right staff. And when you have those things, then you can hire 2, 3, 4, 5 people at a time and really scale your business. Reduces burnout. So having staff allows you to not have to focus on absolutely everything and keeps you from getting burnout. When you get other minds together and you create a healthy environment where people feel free to express their opinions, you get lots of innovation and growth. And also customer service. You're going to start getting emails from people, interactions on social media. And so what you want to do is you want to increase the engagement there, and people don't want to wait, 2, 3 weeks to hear back from you. They should be able to hear back from you relatively quickly. So hiring staff is another very important pillar if you want to go full-time in real estate.